Zwift racing, what's it all about? Let's dive into this video and let's see what it's all about and how I perform. So there's 15 seconds left to go. I'm not going to go for alpha level like I did the other week. Three, two, one, go. So there's 15 seconds left to go. So you could probably hear me in the background there. I'm going to go for alpha level. Just turn myself down. Just warming up on the start line, getting ready for the racing. So while I'm warming up and we're doing the outbound lap, let me tell you what I know and what I've learned about Zwift racing. So Zwift racing, it's an online platform where you race other people who are also based at their own, on their own personal turbo trainers. Now, you need to work out your FTP. You can either just dive straight in and get it, but me personally, I did an FTP test, which was in my last video, to work out what my FTP was. So then you tell Zwift what your body weight is, and then you put in your FTP, and then it works out your watts per kilo. Now, once you've worked out your watts per kilo, you can then enter races based on that. Now, mine, I'm class D, which is the bottom class, which I'm quite happy with. And yeah, I entered this race. It was 5 laps. It was 5 laps plus 1 warm-up lap. I think it was a warm-up lap anyhow. It says on there, lead in, so I don't know what all that's about. I just tried to stay with the pack. Might have messed up there, but I did. I tried to stay with the pack. So let's skip ahead to the start of the first lap, the first official race lap. So here we are, we're just going down the start-finish straight, just coming up there to the first lap. Now, I didn't have any game plan. It was just a case of, let's just see what I can do, where I'm going to be positioned. There was 11 of us in the race, in the D class. The actual race itself, so the actual whole race itself was 21 miles I completed on there, and it was a relatively flat route, so it was a fast route. Yeah, like I said, didn't really have much of a plan. It was just try and keep with other people around me. So as I was coming down, I was seeing all different people. So as you can see here, I've got Class C and Class D riders, and I was just basically just trying to hold on to them, trying to keep up with the pack, but at the same time being mindful of not burning myself out. And I was actually, when I was on the start line, I was actually pretty nervous going into this because I am a really competitive person. However, I've never raced. So you join us here on lap 3, and you can see my heart rate there now is doing 143. My max heart rate is 178. I'm 43 actually, it's 177. And in February it's going to be 176. God, yeah, it's my birthday in February. I'm going to be 44. So yeah, just holding on to the pack, just trying to, at this point, I'd found my rhythm, just kept tried to keep cadence, tried to keep my power down. So, start lap 3, still feeling okay, feet are a bit numb, backside's a bit numb, it's painful keeping in this position. But I've got another 3 laps in me. It's a comfortable pace. Legs feel alright anyhow, considering that I did a ride from work to work and back today as well. So yeah, as I've just said, yeah, I have been doing Zwift every night. Been doing 4 sessions a week. I'm actually in the middle of a 6-week FTP builder for beginners, which is alright. We'll come back to that in another video. And I do ride to work every day, so it's that 2.7 mile there, 2.7 mile back. Nothing strenuous, but it is some form of exercise each day before I jump on Zwift. So let's jump forward to the next lap. So I'd actually found a couple of people here who we'd kind of formed our own little group. There was 3 or 4 of us, and we was all just drifting off each other, just trying to save some energy. Getting ready for that final big sprint on the last lap, because I'd heard people say on the last lap, when you're at 300 metres away from the finish line, people go hell for leather. So yeah, I was just quite happy riding with other people, drafting off them and just taking our turns on the front. It was pretty good. It's kind of like I was out riding with my mates, if I'm honest with you, in some weird way. But yeah, at this point it didn't really feel like a race. It felt more like I was just out for a ride with some of my more fitter mates, Phil Conley being one of them. So let's jump ahead to the start of the final lap and see what condition I'm in there. So here we are at the start of the final lap. My heart rate's doing 146. I was feeling good, I was keeping cadence, but I found myself, I was like starting to leave the group of people who I was riding with. I was kind of like thinking to myself, am I going too hard? Am I alright? Are they waiting? Are they sitting on my back tail? Are they waiting to just put the power down and absolutely tank it past me? So I just thought at this point here, just carry on with the way I'd been racing all the way through it, keep my wattage, although my wattage had started dipping down a little bit. So, I was feeling fatigued at this point. Lap. Here we go. I'm managing to stay in front of Zwift. We have been riding pairs, but I don't know if he's toying with me. He's putting out 2.5 watts. It looks like he's trying to make an effort to catch me, but I'm not going yet. I'm not going to unload just yet. I've got a feather, which I'm assuming makes climbing easier. So there is a slight hill in this. I'm going to use that there. And then when I get down to the last 0.3 of the race, just before the brick road starts, I'm going to unload hell. What's this guy doing in front of me here? Warming his tyres up for the bend. He's on a cool down lap. And he's got a steerer. Posh kit. I like it. So Zwift 7 seconds behind me, and so is Bloom. So just gonna stick where I am at the minute. I'm definitely not catching Vincente, 43 seconds away. So just hold off, bide your time. So I brought you back a little bit earlier here before the start finish. Bugger to Bean, I've actually put a 10-second gap between me and him. And the Class C rider, there's like a second between us, and it was at this point I started thinking, I can get this Class C rider. We weren't too far away from the finish, everything was looking good. Have I got it in me to get past him? I have, I've just got past him, but I can't hold it. At this point I was putting out 245 watts, I should have been backing off and just sitting on his rear wheel and holding off. But at this point I was impressed with myself. I was quite surprised with myself as well. We're very close to the end. I'd done 30 kilometres. I work in miles. I don't know why I had it on kilometres that night. But yeah, I'd done 30k, 104 metres of climbing. And yeah, I was at this point, as you can see I'm at the saddle, I thought, I'm gonna really unload hell here. Although I was feeling fatigued, bum was hurting, feet was hurting, hands was hurting, legs were aching, but mind over matter. Let's come back to the start finish line. So here you can see we're just making our way past around the last bend. Bugger to Bean, I'm actually 24 seconds in front of him. The Class C rider, we're neck and neck coming down the finish line. I'm holding 270 watts. I've maybe going a little bit hard at this point. Didn't quite realise how far away the finish line is. And as you can see, I've started building up the power. And I was giving it some here. Now, as you can see there, I've got 720 watts. I'm dying off. I'm out of the saddle. I couldn't hold that for long, my legs were killing me. He had me. There was nothing more I could give. And there you are, that's the end of the race. that last burst for me in. I almost had him. I was that close for hundredth of a second. Right, I'm gonna recover, get some tea, run through this. Woo, that was hardcore. So, as you can see here, let's go to Class D. So we're going to use two. We're going to use the Zwift companion app, which shows you every single rider that took part in the race. Now, in the D class, there was actually 30 Class D riders, and as you can see there, I finished 20th. It's not last. It's a bonus. I'll take it. However, the Class C rider, because he's not on Zwift Power, which I'm going to show you in a minute. As you can see there at the bottom, see Alve, you can see there his time, 1:01:11. And then click to mine, 1:01:11. We actually finished neck and neck, which I'll take it. I'm happy. He's not registered any heartbeat, don't care. Me and him were neck and neck. He knows I crushed him. I'll take it. Now, the more interesting one. Let's jump over to Zwift Power. So, I'm just going to turn around sideways here. I'll put this on full screen. So, Zwift Power is where you get you get the most amount of data. The Zwift companion app's okay, but the Zwift Power app gives you, a website, gives you loads of data, and it shows you what teams people are riding for. It gives you a breakdown on your, as we just click on the top here, your 20 minutes max power, your 5 minute max power, your 1 minute max power, 30 seconds, 15 seconds over a race. It's got everybody's weight, average heart rate, it's got your height, it's got loads and loads of information. If you're a analytical person, you're going to love this. I am analytical. Still working around what a lot of it means, but let's scroll down to myself. So on Zwift Power, I actually finished 6 out of 10, which again, I'm happy with that. I'll take that. There's my time, 1:01:11, which matches the one that's on the companion. My average watts a kilo was 1.9, and my wattage was 222. Was that average? Don't know. Don't know what that means. We're still working my way through it. 222 and there's 236. That gives you some idea of what kind of weight I am at the minute. And there it is, red. However, that is coming down. I'm working on it. I will get myself down by the time it comes to summer. So, considering in the D groups, there was only another rider, Gareth, there, this fella, who's another 120 kilo rider just like me. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, that's my my racing so far. So on the companion app, 20th out of 30th, not great. On the Zwift Power app, I was mid-table out of the D group, so I'm just below average for a Class D rider, considering that was my first race and there was literally no game plan of how I was going to do it. Did I learn anything yet? I would next time I'll hold off a little bit more and just try and keep with the pack rather than making bursts, which I was doing, this has been a nightmare to edit. I'll just ease off. I've not shown you that. So going forward, next race, I will hold off, I will ease off, I will just try and keep with the pack. And then on that last lap, that's when I'll start opening up the tanks then and giving it more. I am getting fitter, I am getting stronger, and I will get better at this. So for now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please consider pressing that like button and the subscribe button. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye. Have a good one. Au revoir.